Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. Well, this morning we're going to start our week study of the God of the now. He is the God of our present tense. We're going to start in Luke chapter 14. Now, it happened as he went into the house of one of the rulers of the Pharisees to eat bread on the Sabbath. They watched him closely, and behold, there was a certain man before him who had dropsy. Now, dropsy is like edema. It's just an excess gain of weight, and that your body is not fluids, and your body is not processing, and so it begins a buildup, usually by a swollen leg or a swollen arm. Jesus answered and spoke to the lawyers and Pharisees, saying, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" But they kept silent, and he took him and healed him and let him go. Then he answered them, saying, "Which of you, having a donkey or an ox that has fallen into a pit, will not immediately pull him out on the Sabbath day?" And they could not answer him regarding these things. Well, they certainly knew that there were exceptions to the Sabbath laws. You could feed and water your animals. You could if an animal fell into a pit or a ditch, you could certainly get them out, and if there was some life-threatening situation, it could be addressed. In Luke 15, he says, "What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he loses one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after the one which was lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he lays it on his shoulders, rejoicing. And when he comes home, he calls together his friends and neighbors, saying to them, 'Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep which was lost.' I say to you that likewise there'll be more joy in heaven for one sinner who repents, or than the 99 just persons who need no repentance." In John 5, we know the story. The man at the pool of Bethesda, he has been this way for 38 years. And when Jesus asks him, what's the deal? What's going on? He goes into his storyline. "Well, I have no man to put me in the pool, and when somebody in gets in ahead of me, and blah, blah, blah." And Jesus just said, "Pick up your mat and go home." And of course, he was healed. And because Jesus always deals with the situation now, it's like the man with dropsy. He was in front of him. He wasn't going to wait until the next day or until the Sabbath closed at twilight. He's going to deal with it now. And that's what he does, of course. And of course, they complained that he had, again, healed on the Sabbath. In Mark chapter 9, we see Jesus, the disciples had tried to deliver an epileptic boy, and the father goes to Jesus and said, "If you can do anything." And Jesus' response was, "Well, if you can believe." And the father says, "I want to believe. Help my unbelief. I want to believe here because this is important." And of course, Jesus sees the people running because they're coming to watch, and he immediately heals the boy, casts out the deaf and dumb spirit, and the boy is restored. And even in Luke 17, where he encounters 10 lepers. Now remember, he doesn't touch them. He isn't near them. They're a distance from him. They're far off. They call to him, say, "Master, will you touch us? Will you heal us?" He says, "Go and show yourself to the priest." So he doesn't lay hands on them. He's like, and as they walk, they get healed. One man comes back, a Samaritan, a foreigner, and he thanks Jesus for healing him. And Jesus' answer is, of course, we remember, there weren't there 10, where are the other 9? And obviously they had been healed as well, but did not give thanksgiving. God bless you, and we'll see you again next time.